Hello, welcome to the after hour stream, where I'm done working for the day, but with patient care. But we've got some lab work to do, so I figured I'd go live and bring you along with me. Now, this is a program called Mesh Mixer. So Mesh Mixer is a 3D manipulation file where you can bring in STLs. It's a type of 3D file, and change them to be what you need. So you are going to see me do a virtual pour of this wax rim. So I've started with the select tool. I've selected an area that I'm going to discard, so that then I can select all of that area and just get rid of it. Goodbye. We don't need that part. Next, I'm going to use this inspector tool to get rid of some tags I don't need. And then lastly, I am going to use my selector. I'm going to double click this denture, and we want to flip normals so that now I can see what his gum tissue looks like, right? Looks like a denture ridge. So that one's done. I'm going to turn my screen off so that I can save this appropriately. And then we'll do the other one here in just a moment. I'm going to do the lower arch next. So we're going to save this file as the upper mesh. I'm also going to go ahead and bring in both of my wax rim files into that same patient chart. Sorry, I can't show you because it's got PHI, protected health information in it. I'll get the screen back on here in just a moment. Paste that in. Cool. And then I'm going to replace my lower SDL. And I should be able to turn my screen back on. All right. And now you can see the lower arch, right? So we're going to do the same thing where we use our selector tool. We're just going to draw a line so that we can cut most of this away. Let's see, I'll have to clear that selection because I got a little bit in the wrong spot. So we'll start again. Using our left click to drag and select or paint the area that we want to discard. Okay, and now we're going to discard. So that gets rid of most of it. Go back to our select tool, double left click. Looks like we're going to clear that selection. We've still got a tag somewhere. Looks like maybe right here could be our problem. Yeah, I can see it's bridging right there. So we'll select and paint, edit, discard, select, and see if we can get this piece as just itself. Nope. Clear selection, so it's bridging somewhere. Looks like maybe here. Use our select tool. Let's get rid of that piece. Discard. Back to select and see if we can't get just that lower piece. There we go. Okay. So we're going to discard the piece that we don't need. We're going to use our same inspector tool. Thinking. We'll let it think. Never tried the auto repair all button. Maybe we'll try that if our program doesn't crash. Thinking, check my phone. See the little spinny blue wheel circling means it's thinking. One of the hardest parts with me and computers is just being patient. There we go. Okay. So it looks like that got rid of some things. So let's undo that. See if we can. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I've undone it. We're still in our inspector. Just getting rid of things. Fixing areas in our model. There we go. Okay. So now it's happy. Now we can click done. We're going to select our entire denture. We want to flip normals to do our virtual pour. And now when we turn it over, you can see that we have a lower arch to build a denture on. So that's great. I'm going to turn my display off again so I can save this. Ooh, excuse me. I got tickled. Okay. Lower mesh. Done. All right, let me get in lab open and I'll turn the camera back on in my display. So now open in lab. We'll have 4 files to bring in. It'll take me just a minute to get there. I don't want to brick the stream with PA protected health information. I have to take it down, so just be patient with me. All right, let me see where this is going to point me to. Our upper jaw is going to be our upper mesh. Oh, and it looks like it wants me to export these as STLs, so let's do that. But yeah, a lot of times I'll do this stuff before I go live on stream, but I wanted you to see what Mesh Mixer was because I've never shown that on stream before. All right, there we go. One of them. Let's open our second, export that properly. Open mesh. Okay, I want to export this as our upper mesh. So that's STL. So it's computing. While it's computing, I'm going to go and start pulling things into CAD. Again, I've got some PHI here, so I can't show you yet. But soon, I'll turn my screen back on. Yeah. 2 down, 2 to go. All right, now we're going to do a copy lower, the copy upper for our rims. So I'm going to export my wax rim. It's my upper jaw. It's my wax rim will be my copy upper. You'll see how we use that later. Perfect. And then my copy lower is going to be my lower wax rim. Okay. I've got it all. Turning my display back on. Opening here. Well, now you can see where we've designated all this. All right, so perfect. Let's go back to administration. Now we can designate our dentures. We are going to make both of these the same administration designation wise. Designating an administration what we want to do. All right, that looks good. We're going to add a try-in for both of them. This is going to be the same for both of them. We're going to section our teeth behind the cuspids. We're turning off those connectors. And then we're going to do the same on our lower. I'm curing something in my PPU, my post-processing unit. So if you hear it clicking back there, I'm sorry. The show must go on. All right, we've got everything designated. We have our models. Now we can edit our models to trim any excess that we may need to get rid of. So we patiently wait as our computer loads. Okay, so do we want to get rid of anything? Sure, we can get rid of this. Get rid of this. And we'll get rid of this thing. All right, the rest of that I'm gonna leave for now. Let's check our upper. This actually looks okay. I'm not going to change it. Let's check our model axis. All right, so we're going to flip this, even our plane. You can see where I've marked that midline right here. So all of that will be good. Okay, now we're going to draw our denture base. Start with the top. So we want to be all the way down the bottom of that vestibule. Okay. That looks good to me. Maybe we'll change this just a little bit. Perfect. Go next. Same thing on the lower arch. We're going to draw our denture base. I predict he's going to be undercut here, and I'll have to adjust the denture. Chair side, I'm not worried about that right now. Just kind of thinking out loud. Great. Fix this. All right, we can sit here and nitpick this thing all day, but I like that. So we're going to go with it. Insertion axis, block out. We're not going to add any block out. I don't want this thing to be looser. No one wants a loose denture, so I'm not going to worry about any of that. We're not blocking out. Okay. So we've got some dots that have already been lined up for us. And typically these are okay. That's good. Go next. Well, this I'm just going to leave as the default. We're going to jump right into positioning. We're going to start with our maxillary arch. Right, so we should see some teeth. Where'd our teeth go? There they are. Cool, so we'll click harmonic setting. We can even turn on our copy of our upper and see exactly where those incisal edges need to go. Why don't we just go ahead and select everything. Go ahead and turn on linear. Excuse me. And now we can start moving these things. So we'll make that upper translucent so we can see through it. We're going to pull these forward. The idea is I want his midline to be at my marked midline, and I want his incisal plane to respect that inside that wax rim that we spent 20 minutes on today. All right, so that is looking pretty good. You can see where my teeth exist around that wax rim. And the most important thing, of course, is just seeing where that incisal edge position needs to go. All right, so that looks good. The lower teeth followed because we had everything selected. So that is good. Let's turn this off. We don't want that. Let's take that back. That might mess us up, but that's okay. We can double check to make sure we're in the right position. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's deselect all of this so that we can do just one at a time. All right. I'm pretty happy with this position. Let's jump into edit element. I may go back to positioning, but let's see where this puts us. You'll see some of these teeth start to pop up. Exciting times. Others should populate soon. There they are. Now it's really just a matter of closing these contacts. If we wanted to be really picky, we could put on a grid and count tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those look similar. That's great. Now we can just come through here and we're just going to continue to close these diastemas. I don't really have to close all of these. Like I could just rely on my connectors, but where's the fun of that? We can spend a little extra time doing it. Again, shape anatomic. We're going to close some of these connectors, so close some of these spaces between the teeth. Could rely on a connector, but we're just going to go the extra mile. Manually close them. We'll probably also use the automatic contact button, but we'll do that for occlusion if we needed it. Looks like actually the occlusion's pretty close. We're gonna come in with some shape circular. Why don't we do anatomic? No, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna do shape circular. So again, let's see, where is his? All right, let's try and put most of those contacts on the lingual cusps here. Looking for that lingualized occlusion. Cool. Same thing over here. Good. So that looks okay. Let's check our lower arch. Do we need to do anything? Probably not, but I'm gonna give it just a little TLC. Let's close some of these diastemas. Okay. Looks kind of like teeth, right? Let's check our denture base. Hopefully these will calculate. If not, we'll get to go back to the drawing board. I think we'll be fine. Let's see. Lower jaw failed. So we get to go back and check our. I'm just going to go ahead and take this moment to save in case it crashes. But now we get to go back and look at our denture baseline and see what we can change. Okay, so model. We want to go to our model phase, our denture baseline. We can get rid of our upper arch. We don't need that. I'll bet you it failed right here. I'm going to go back to design, edit denture base. There we go. Okay. Let's see what else we can change. So the idea is we want to be able, we don't want this line to be on any kind of funky data. It's when the processor starts to have a hard time with it. Let's flip it over and see if we can see anything weird going on. It's okay. Try again. All right. Well, um, I'll try one more time, but if I can't get it live, then I'll have to do it off air later. It is about time for me to go. But you got to see Mesh Mixer, you got to see me set up the teeth, we got to see a lot of cool stuff together. So I'm still glad I turned the stream on. One more time. Give it one more try. Let's see. Hmm. Let's try this. Let's go into parameters. No, I don't want to give up just yet. Let's go into minimal thickness. Let's set this. Let's change this thickness to 2500. I think that's a lot. I don't know why it was set to that. Let's see if this will do it. I'm gonna turn the thickness way down and see if maybe it's just a model problem. There might be something wrong with the model. See if it will compute at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it in the mesh mixer and look at it. Okay, well, we got to here today. So I'll fix the rest later off stream. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you around.